Yo, what's up guys? Kevin here. Welcome to the Snowboard Pro Camp live chat. We'll be on here for the next hour to answer all of your snowboard questions. Also to talk to you guys about the new GoPro Hero 9 Black. I recently bought that camera and I'm in Austria, so I'm gonna be snowboarding in a few weeks. And the area of Austria I'm in is where they make Capita snowboards. So the other day I actually got to visit the Capita factory and stoked to talk to you guys a bit about that as well. So yeah, it's an exciting time. Snowboarding is coming up soon. October 1st, gonna be in Hintertux, Austria, snowboarding with some friends. Also, Janice Spiteri from YouTube, she's gonna be there as well. But yeah, gonna be out there with the whole crew. My wife Jill, my friends Yannick and Narav from England, and hopefully get to ride with a bunch of different riders out in Hintertux. But yeah, excited to be out here with you guys. Quick hop on and give a few shout outs to some of the people that got in here early. We got Ram Tall on here, Jackson Neal, we got Zach, we got Shred 1904, A Million Popoff, thanks for tuning in, A Million. We got Stoke Dog 8, we got L Stacker is on here. Yo, L Stacker, good to see you, man. Tyler wants to know, anybody use an Apple Watch for snowboarding? If you do, how do you use it? Looking at buying a used 5 series. Wow, yeah, I haven't. What would you use the Apple Watch for snowboarding for? Like for measuring the distance and speed of your snowboarding and things like that? I guess there could be some uses for the Apple Watch. We got Ruben on here, Hunter F. We got Cullen O'Connor on here saying come to Ohio. Yeah, I would love to make it there one day, man. Joel saying how's it going? Yeah, it's going good, man. Thanks for asking. Hope you're doing well, Joel. We got Ramey on here. What's up, Ramey? Yeah, thanks. Let's see who's got the first question. Bad Riders saying, hey Kev, can you tell me if the GoPro Max has a gyro feature? What is a gyro feature? Adam, Bad Riders, maybe like let me know. What is the gyro feature? What do you mean by that? It might. Miles Durant saying congrats on 500K again. Yeah, thank you, man. Yeah, so we got to 500K back in March. Once everyone went into lockdown, it dropped below 500K, but recently hopped back up over that number. So yeah, stoked to be at 100 million subscribers, and thanks to all of you. So big thank you. All right. Joel's saying, where is one place you want to visit in the United States that you haven't been before? I think you're really cool. There's 2 places on my mind. Would love to visit Alaska someday and do some snowboarding or maybe some heli boarding in Alaska. I think that could be like a dream trip. Also Utah. I've heard lots of good things about snowboarding in Utah. Park City, that whole area, like tons of resorts all in one spot. And apparently Utah gets a lot of snow. So, and it's light, like very light powder. So I've never been to Utah, so I'd love to visit Utah one day for sure. Zach saying tracking speed. Yeah, that could be pretty cool. Have the Apple Watch for tracking speed. Zach, I think there's some apps you can get for your phone as well. Well, there definitely is actually apps you can get for your phone that can track your speed and altitude and all kinds of different things as well. So if if there's more things you want to get the Apple Watch for, then there's probably lots of cool functionality to that. But there's definitely some apps. Some people on here probably know a bunch of apps that you can use to track your all your stats for snowboarding too. El Stacker saying cannonball the like button. Thanks, El Stacker. All right. Shred Goon TV says keep him at 500K. Thanks, man. Yeah, definitely. I think like, yeah, now that the winter's coming up, everyone's getting back into snowboarding again. So the channel really starts to pick up over the winter. And now that kind of everything's going a little bit back to normal too, hopefully that'll help. All right, Joel saying, did you do any wakeboarding this summer? Unfortunately not. Yeah, I usually love to get out wakeboarding, but didn't get any wakeboarding in, unfortunately, but maybe next summer. Evelyn saying, I'm going to do my first snowboarding lesson in early January for my birthday. Awesome, Evelyn. Yeah, snowboard lesson, great way to go. Watch some of the beginner tutorials, have your gear ready, and then when you show up, I feel like if you have a good instructor, which most instructors are awesome, you should have an amazing time snowboarding. But the most important thing is just learn at your own pace and make sure that you're having fun. That's the most important thing. Right. Taylor's saying he's going to Keystone December 10th to 13th. See you there. Taylor, yeah, I would love to be in Keystone. I'll see what happens with the border. If the Canada-US border opens, then I'll definitely be making some trips down to the US, but we'll see when we have to wait for the border to open up. Andrew's saying, hey Kevin, love your channel. Man, not sure if this is limited to just GoPro, but do you have any recommendations for a binding choice for an intermediate rider? Yeah, definitely. Yeah, can definitely ask any question. Doesn't have to stick to GoPro or some of the topics. But yeah, intermediate style binding. To be honest, most bindings are pretty. A lot of bindings are suited for intermediate. It kind of depends on what style of riding you want to do. So if you like something, if you like doing more carving and more like riding with speed, excuse me, and maybe more powder riding, then you want to get a stiffer binding. Maybe check out something like a Union Atlas or comparable bindings to that. But if you're interested in learning more tricks and more butters and getting into stuff like that and learning switch, maybe check out a softer binding, something like the Union Contact Pro or Union Contacts. So it kind of depends. And then there's other bindings outside of that. So a stiffer binding that you may want to check out that I rode last year, the Now Drive, or a softer one, the Bent Metal Transfer Binding. So across all brands, they have some stiffer ones, some softer, depending on your riding style. But yeah, most will be suited for intermediate for sure. Bad Rider says, the gyro feature I've seen used on motorcycle on the tail, and it keeps the ground level while the subject rotates. Oh, okay, I see. Yeah, so when you're importing the files from the GoPro Max, I think you can choose whether or not you want to have like the direction locked or unlocked. And I've always done it so that it's locked, so that, yeah, it's like the GoPro Max footage is always facing the same direction. So yeah, if there was a motorcycle underneath, the motorcycle would be turning and moving, but the GoPro would always be in the same, facing the exact same way. I guess, or like, yeah, it would always be, for using directions, it would always be facing south. So if the bike started to turn and go more towards the west, the camera angle would still be facing south and it wouldn't turn with the motorcycle. So I think that's what you're talking about with the gyro feature. And yeah, the Max has it, and it's been really useful for me because it doesn't matter how you're holding the camera, it's always facing the same direction. So I would say that yes, the Max does have the gyro feature. Rami says, Kevin, if you had to choose just one, GoPro Max or GoPro 9, I think I would go with the GoPro Max. It kind of depends on, the tricky thing is with the GoPro Max is that you do have to do some editing, and I think the GoPro app comes with some really good like editing tools that's like pretty simple and straightforward. So that's the one add-on with the GoPro Max, is that you do need to edit it a little bit. But I think it's like more versatile. Like the shots you can get are much easier with the GoPro Max compared to the GoPro 9, where you do have to like, it's a bit more tricky, like filming yourself or filming someone else. And but the GoPro 9 is obviously just more straightforward. You just point it and record and then watch it back. But I think if you are interested in doing just some minor editing and having something that like produces some really cool looking video, I would go for the GoPro Max. Yeah, and just a reminder, guys, that, yeah, if you guys have any snowboard questions about any topic, definitely hit me up. Whether it's if you're a beginner snowboarder asking about how to get started out, if you want to talk about snowboard gear, learning tricks, definitely hit me up with any snowboard questions as well. Speaking of snowboard gear question, MTB Bro says, what are the best mitts for powder? Yeah, good call, man. So the mitts I have at the moment, I've got two pairs. I've got Vulcan Gore-Tex mitts, which are great for days where the snow is a bit heavier. And if the snow is a bit heavier, then it may like melt and go through my mitt. So the Vulcan Gore-Tex has been great for keeping my hands dry. So I'd really recommend that one. But if you're riding and it's like you're not worried about the snow soaking through if it's a bit colder, then something like a crab grab mitt. So I've got the crab grab punch mitt, and it's been great, really comfortable, and it's like a mid-weight, so it's not like too heavy or it's not too thin. It's kind of like right in the middle. But mitts are kind of personal preference, because depending on how cold your hands get, you may want to get heavier mitts or thinner mitts. I have a friend whose hands get really hot, so he wears thin mitts. So that's kind of where you gotta maybe personalize it a little bit. But yeah, the crab grab punch mitt and the Vulcan Gore-Tex mitts are two I recommend. Rob Gam saying, what's up, Kevin and gang? Haven't made it to one of these in a while. Winter is approaching. Yeah, absolutely, Rob. Yeah, stoked. It's coming up quick, and hopefully October 1st we'll be in Hintertux, Austria, doing some snowboarding, and then that's going to be like the kickoff to the season. And I think the snowboard trips and the snowboarding will just keep rolling from there. So, yeah, Rob, I hope you get some early snowboarding in, man. El Stacker wants to know, where is everyone watching from? Yeah, that's a good question. Yeah, let us know with your question, or just drop it. Where are you watching from? Because it's amazing to see where everyone's at. Joel's watching from Indiana. Otto's watching from Denmark. Justin from Vail. Rob Gams from Timberline. Mount Hood. Oh, he's saying the season pass is going on sale soon. That's good to know too. Emma with the video requests, more how-tos. Yeah, we'll definitely get some more how-to videos rolling for you, Emma. Any specific ones like trick tutorials or like beginner or just free riding? Yeah, let me know. I'm open for suggestions. Ronnie saying, which snowboard should I buy? Ronnie, yeah, that's an interesting one. Well, I can tell you what boards I've been buying recently. So my park board, I bought the Capita, the Outsiders, and I've been loving that board. If you've seen the videos from Zermatt I did about a month or so ago, had a great time on that park board. Before that, I bought two POW boards, the Jones Ultramine Expander and the Battalion Surfer. So two boards that I haven't ridden yet because I haven't had any powder, but I'm stoked to get on those boards this season. But yeah, there's so many boards to get excited about, so I hope you pick up the right one for you, man. Jared saying, gyro or shed helmets, which do you prefer? I've never heard of shed, but I've got a gyro helmet and I really like it. I also really like Smith Maze helmet as well. I picked up one of those recently at the end of last season, so yeah, gyro or Smith. I think like whatever, that's another personal preference thing where you gotta try it on and make sure it's comfortable and fits and all that good stuff. We got Shane with the first super chat. Shane, thanks for the support, man. Really appreciate it. Says, just moved to Colorado from Texas, ready for the season. Amazing, man. Yeah, that's a big jump. Texas, very dry, not too much snow in Texas. So, Shane, I hope you enjoy it, man. I hope it's a good season. Shropshire saying, just bought my first setup, GNU Money, Union Force, and Northwest Legends. Can't wait to ride. Chill Factor, your channel is a great help. Cheers, Kevin. Awesome. Yeah, that's a great setup too. I hope you enjoy it and get to use it a lot this season. Nathan saying, are Burton Gore-Tex mittens good? I was actually looking at a pair of those today in the Blue Tomato store here in Austria, and yeah, they look good. I don't know. I don't think I've ever owned a pair of Burton Gore-Tex mitts, but I'm sure they're good. Like Burton makes a lot of good stuff, and I think the most important thing is that when you put them on, you get like the right size for you. But yeah, you can't go wrong with Gore-Tex, and Burton can make some quality stuff. Shredgoon TV says October 21st is the projected reopen date for the U.S. border. Oh wow, that's big news. Shredgoon TV, how do you know that? Where did you hear? Was it like, is that fake news or is that real? Let me know, let me know, man. Otto saying, you going to Italy this year? Snowboard trip? Yeah, there's a possibility. But yeah, I'm just gonna see how everything goes with borders and trips and stuff, and where the snow is too. The snow is the most important part. Joel is saying road to 1 million. Yeah, definitely. So we're halfway there. I expect to hopefully be maybe close to 600K by the end of this season, and we'll just keep it going. Let's see how the channel goes, and 1 million would be insane. Jared saying, do you toy with the one wheel board? Helps with snowboarding. I've never been on a one wheel, but I can imagine it definitely helps for snowboarding. It's got the same, you're using your balance to stay on the one wheel. But yeah, I've seen a lot of them, more and more one wheels recently, those electric one wheel skateboards. So it'd be fun to get on one. I think I'll try to get on one at some point, but yeah, one wheels or just like skateboards, all those really help with your balance and improve it for snowboarding. El Stacker's watching from Boise, Idaho. Awesome, man. Here we go. Emma says, you should talk about the GoPro 9. Okay, so there's a video coming out on it, but yeah, got the GoPro 9 right here. And yeah, some of the things that are different on the GoPro 9 compared to the other GoPros. So it does have like the front facing screen, which is pretty cool. And it has a larger back as well. So for lining up your shot, you got this larger screen. Maybe we'll just like turn it on here. Yeah, so larger screen, and then the front facing screen. Let me see if I can get something where you guys can see that. It's kind of hard to tell. But yeah, it's got a screen there. And what other features does it have? So it's got the Hyper Smooth version 3. So it actually locks on to the horizon and tries to keep the GoPro like completely level with the horizon. So not only does it like smooth out the video, but it also keeps it like totally level, which is pretty cool because for filming snowboarding, when you're trying to film a friend with the GoPro, sometimes the GoPro can kind of get twisted around or turned. And so having the horizon locked and just keeping everything completely level is a pretty cool feature. It's also got a bigger battery, so more battery life. I think it's up to 1/3 more battery life. So if you guys know, I usually carry like 5 or 6 batteries with me on the mountain. So now hopefully I'll be able to cut that down to 2 or 3, but yeah, longer battery life. And it's just overall, it's bigger. It's like heavier, bigger, which I think is okay. It's okay, like it doesn't have to be like the tiniest camera, but yeah, it's pretty cool. What else is going on with it? I think those are the main things. Yeah, better stabilization. Oh yeah, it also films in 5K, which I don't know if you need 5K, but I've actually not really filmed much in 4K either, but maybe it's time to start filming in 4K. So yeah, it's got 5K. It's a bit bigger, the front-facing screen, so that when you're doing the selfie mode, you can actually see exactly what you're filming in the camera. Yeah, it's pretty nice. But I think the most important thing, especially for snowboarding, is that stabilization and having the horizon locked. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, so that's the GoPro 9. But yeah, there's like a video coming out soon where I do the unboxing and also, yeah, give you guys some more thoughts on it. So stay tuned for that video coming soon. Cool. There we go. All right. Kay says, if I'm using a GoPro, should I mount it on my helmet or chest for filming snowboarding? Definitely mount it to your helmet, because if you mount it to your chest, I think your chest is like moving around too much and the shot will be sideways a lot too. So having it on your head just like, yeah, points it exactly where you're looking, which is what you want to see. Shiv says, are you visiting the Capita mothership? Yeah, so a couple days ago, I sent them a few emails and I was in the neighborhood, so I just decided to show up at the mothership. And it was awesome. Had an amazing, met some cool people there. Friend at Capita, Marlon, he showed me around, really amazing guy. And yeah, showed me the whole like setup, which was amazing. Just like, I thought it would be a cool like factory overall, but what like it exceeded my expectations because of how like huge the factory is. It's like much bigger than I expected. We went into a few different rooms, and when you think like it's gonna, maybe not be any more rooms, it just kept going, kept getting into bigger and bigger rooms with like all these machines that they've built themselves by hand, and yeah, just like such a huge operation. So yeah, it was cool to see some of the processes, see like the printing area where they are printing the top sheets, and everything that goes into making the Capita board. So it was yeah, it was cool being at the mothership. It's definitely a lot to take in, and it really makes you appreciate how much work goes into like designing and creating snowboards. So it's a pretty complex yeah, piece of like, for a snowboard, there's a lot of complex things that are going into it because materials are coming from all different places. You have all these different rooms with different specialized people working on certain areas of the board. And yeah, just different concepts and ideas and tools that go into making these boards. So yeah, it was amazing. I'm going back tomorrow and gonna start working on an idea or two for hopefully making some videos there as well. So definitely gonna hopefully get one video out from you guys where we do something with the Capita mothership, and just give you guys some insights into what's going on in there. But yeah, it's a really cool place. Yeah, big shout out to Marlon for showing me around, and yeah, can't wait to get back and hopefully get a video out for you guys too. All right, just gonna scroll down, guys, get caught up a little bit. Shiv saying you just got the Capita Super DOA. Awesome, man. Nice board. Ismail saying winter is coming. Ruben saying so happy for for winter. Yeah, definitely same. We got Mattis watching from Southern Ontario. Awesome. Shout out to everyone in Ontario. Prashanth watching from India, but I was snowboarding in Seattle. Very cool. We got Kay watching from Germany, not too far from here. That's awesome, Kay. Thanks for tuning in. A Million Pop-Off saying much love from France. Thanks a million. Otto wants to know, are Sandbox helmets good? Yeah, definitely. I rode Sandbox helmets for years. Really lightweight, very comfortable, and just minimal. So like that's a style I really like. So yeah, really recommend Sandbox helmets. Nathan says, yo, Kevin, due to the long off season, I got into mountain biking and I love it. Have you tried mountain biking? You live next to the most famous bike park in the world. I'm not into mountain biking. I guess like trying to do snowboarding as a business and as a career. It's really kept me like trying to snowboard all year round, and also staying healthy for snowboarding too. And I know that mountain biking is a pretty difficult but also dangerous sport. So I've kind of stayed away from mountain biking just because I don't want to ruin myself for snowboarding. So I think mountain biking is really cool, but I haven't gotten into it because it's expensive. It's really tough, and I'd probably hurt myself. But other than that, like yeah, Whistler mountain biking is amazing. All right. Oh, hello. Shiv wants to know, have you ever considered getting a Ruroc helmet for snowboarding? I haven't considered a Ruroc helmet. I don't know if I'll make the most of like the full face. And also like you have to go with the Ruroc goggles, which maybe are good, but I feel like I'm really liking at the moment I get the Anon M4s, and I also like Oakley goggles. So I don't know about the whole like Ruroc helmet with the goggles and full face mask. I think for me it's like too much. So I feel like if for some people they like it, but for me it's just like too much protection. Emma was saying, hey Kevin, I'm going for a full season in Switzerland, but I need an all-mountain board. I already have the Capita DOA, but I need a more do-it-all specific board. That what can you recommend? I'm not sure what you mean by a more do-it-all specific board, like a softer board, but I need an all-mountain board. Yeah, it kind of depends. Like what part of snowboarding do you want to do like get better at the most, or which part do you want to do the most? Maybe let me know that, Emil, and I can give you a more specific answer. Shredgoon TV says, no fake news. US wanted border open by September 21st, but Canada wanted a month extension. The Canadian Public Safety Minister put out a tweet on September 18th. I'm trying to plan my trip to Whistler. Oh, good. Okay, so you're like keeping an eye on it so that you can get to Whistler. That's a good idea. Yeah. Well, thanks for the info. Yeah, hopefully that's what's really going on. Yeah, I'd love to know that the U.S. is opening October 21st. But yeah, let's hope. Shredgoon TV. Hopefully you can make it to Whistler. We got another super chat from Shane Post Outdoor Journeys, saying, having more trouble on flat surface on my snowboard than turning. Feels like the edges catch on flat areas. What can I do? That's a super common problem, Shane. So when the snow's really flat and you're riding straight and flat on your board, it's you kind of like lose control because it's like a flat surface of your board just on top of the flat snow. So your board can start to slide from side to side, and that's when you can kind of start to like catch your like edges a little bit, and your board starts to move you around. So what you can do to fix that is when you have a flat area, don't ride with your board completely flat. Just ride with your board like a little bit on your toe edge so that you have that edge in the snow to help you stay in control. So just be on a little bit on your toes and then rock back and be a little bit on your heels and then just go back and forth like that. And if you keep doing that, like being on your edge gives you control and will stop you from just like sliding and feeling catchy. The other thing, when you're going from edge to edge, make sure that your shoulders are square to your snowboard and your hands are actually over top of your board too. That gives you like the best balance so that you can just kind of like rock from a bit on your heels to a bit on your toes. And I also tell people to have kind of like a safety kind of like stop planned out. So if you like pick up too much speed doing that, plan to like turn and then stop on your heels. Or if you're comfortable the other way, like do a turn and stop on your toes. But yeah, just do that, and I think that's the best way to feel more comfortable on flat areas. But yeah, Shane, thanks so much for the support, man, with the super chat. Acrylful says, is Capita as sustainable as they announce it? Yeah, that's a good question. Yeah, I believe they are, but I need to, like, I don't know all the specifics, but yeah, I know that they put a lot of effort into building that facility, and yeah, they put in all the claims. I'm not like a factory inspector or anything, but I'm sure there's some kind of, I'm sure there's been some third-party people go in there and like take a look at stuff, and yeah, it would be a strange thing to lie about, but yeah, I'm sure that they are being as sustainable or like very sustainable. But hopefully I can capture that in the video and maybe talk to some people about that as well to just see how sustainable it is. But yeah, that's one of the things I think they're really striving to do is be like as sustainable as possible. So that's a really cool thing to see. Daniel Z saying, can you try live streaming using the GoPro 9 someday? Yeah, so the GoPro 9, I guess you can live stream through the GoPro, so maybe I'll set that one up, see how that looks and sounds. Brad says, any tips on controlling your board in the air when doing a jump? Brad, yeah, good question, man. So for being in control in the air, it really starts on the takeoff. So being in control on the approach with a couple like speed check style turns on the approach to the jump, then letting your board go straight towards the takeoff, maybe like slightly a little bit more toe heavy. And then when you take off, really popping level off of both feet and then really keeping your body square to your snowboard. And then if you do all those things, it should like help to keep you like balanced and stable in the air. But if you're feeling like, yeah, if you're feeling uncomfortable in the air, maybe like take it like to something smaller, like a smaller jump, or even just some natural kind of like roller that you can get some air, and like build it up slowly. But yeah, it's like all about the approach and takeoff. And if you feel confident and comfortable in those areas, then it can really help you to be more comfortable in the air. We got Dorna watching from Arizona. Shout out to everyone in Arizona. Next, watching from Lebanon. Much love from the Middle East. There are ski resorts in the Middle East. Oh, wow. Yeah, we'll have to someday check out some Middle Eastern snowboard resorts. That'd be amazing. Ramy with the super chat. Thanks for the support, Ramy. Says hashtag can't cancel winter. Yeah, definitely, man. We're gonna we're gonna get some snowboarding in no matter what. Yeah, you can't cancel winter. Hopefully, we get lots of snow this season. Andy saying, where in Austria are you? The Après bars aren't allowed to open this season. Understand, but it's a shame. Oh wow, I didn't realize that was happening. So all the bars where you have a drink after skiing are shut. Yeah, that's too bad. But yeah, so the part of Austria I'm in, I guess it's like the southeast, kind of like near the Italian border. And I'm in a town called Filash. Yeah, I think it's called that, Filash. And it's, yeah, just like a half an hour from the Italian border. And yeah, it's a beautiful place. There's lots of like lakes and like small mountains around. So it's a pretty cool spot. Lucas saying, hint for Austria, planner Rome, let me know plan around. Let me know if you're around. Resorts without snow cannons at all because of lots of natural snow. Awesome for backcountry ridings. Greetings from Austria. Thanks, Lucas. Yeah, appreciate it, man. Yeah. Austria seems to be amazing. So many mountains. I know the snow's coming soon, and also lots of glaciers. So that's why there's lots of resorts opening like really early in Austria because of all the glaciers here. So yeah, really happy to be here. Tyler says, Kevin, would you be interested in a Discord server? Tyler, maybe you could send me an email, or somebody could send me an email about that idea. Snowboardprocamp@gmail.com. And yeah, let me know what's involved in a Discord server. But yeah, let me know, Tyler, or whoever wants to send me an email. El Stacker saying powder or park. Man, El Stacker, you tell me. El Stacker, what do you think? Actually, let me know. Everyone, let me know down in the comments. Powder or park, what do you guys prefer? Or yeah, powder or park, let me know, guys. Guillaume saying, hi, hello from France. Snow is coming this weekend in French Alps. Hope winter will be great with plenty of pow. Yeah, definitely. Johnny Yu says, Kevin, just wanted to say hi. Also, hope you're safe and everyone's having a great, safe season. Use your balaclavas. Thanks, Johnny. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, lots of face protection this year for sure. Young King Joshua says, I'm from Florida, moving to California for snowboarding, but now I'm moving to Colorado to go pro. Nice, man. Good luck. Yeah, Colorado is a good spot to go pro. I think you got it. Ad wants to know, when is TJ back to making videos? Yeah, Ad, you'll just have to go to Board Archive and bug him over there, or on his Instagram. Go bug TJ on his Instagram, and everyone spam him and ask him when is he going to make snowboard videos, and tell him to hop on a plane to Austria. I think he can come to Austria, but he just has to quarantine for 2 weeks. So he better get on a plane soon. Steve Zimmerman says, hey, just caught the live stream. How you doing? Yeah, good. Thanks, Steve. In Austria, planning on doing some snowboarding in the next week or so. Picked up the GoPro 9 yesterday, so ready for some filming. And yeah, everything's good, Steve. Yeah, hope you're doing well too, man. Bumpin says, don't get me wrong, love stomping new things in the park, but nothing beats feeling of knee-deep pow. Yeah, definitely. Okay, so we got one powder. We got a park. Powder, 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 powder. Somebody says japow. So that's 6 to 1, 7 to 1, 8 to 1, 9 to 1, 10 to 1, 10 to 2. I think powder takes it. I think powder is the way to go. El Stacker's saying japow. What about Japausen Hole? Japausen Hole, Wyoming. That's a classic japow powder spot. C. Miller, when can we expect another snowboard video? Soon. So early October, that's when I'll be snowboarding. So the snowboard videos will be back early October, first week. But until then, gonna have the GoPro, a GoPro video, GoPro 9 video coming out soon. Also, hopefully some videos from the Capita mothership. So that's two projects I'm working on at the moment. Jake says, any tips for riding over moguls? I think the best thing for moguls is like to actually ride over the mogul, bend your knees, and then make your turn down the face of the mogul. So with snowboarding, the hardest thing in moguls is like, where do you cut your speed or slow yourself down? And I think the easiest place to do it is to ride like over top of the mogul and then down the face of the mogul. That's where you make your turn and brush off some speed. Compared to skiers, like skiers are like going in between the moguls, but for snowboarders, it's really difficult to like do those quick turns in between moguls. So I think it's much easier to go over the mogul and then make the turn down the face of it. Clint Toes saying powder day at Perisher today. That's awesome. Perisher, Australia. That's great that you guys still have lots of snow and still riding. Taylor says, what memory card do you have for your GoPro 9? Let me just tell you right now. So I've got this one. I don't know if you can see it. I don't know if it's gonna focus, maybe not. So it's the SanDisk Extreme 128 gigabyte. And then there's a 3 and A2. So, oh, there we go. But yeah, that's the one. Okay, now I gotta try not to lose that. Class 08 says, Kevin, I'm out in Klamath Falls, Oregon. Just bought my first season's pass to Mount Shasta. Do you ever snowboard in Southern Oregon or Northern California? Class 08, yeah, that's a good question. I'm actually looking at doing a lot more snowboarding in that area, like maybe, I don't know how far south, but I'd like to get back to Mount Bachelor. So I guess that's like mid-Oregon, not quite south, but yeah, definitely want to get more riding in Oregon and Northern California as well. So maybe Mount Shasta. I've heard of Mount Shasta, but I've never been there. So maybe we'll take a look at possibly riding there too. But yeah, love that part of the world. And yeah, hopefully lots more riding in Oregon coming. Andrew's saying you should ask David Jones to come to Austria. I should, but I think I did ask David to come to Switzerland, and I'm not sure. I don't know if he can leave New Zealand. Can people leave New Zealand? I know there's like, you're not allowed to go to New Zealand, but can you leave? But also he still has like good snow there now. So he's like been riding some pretty good snow in New Zealand. So I think a trip with David will probably happen a little bit later, maybe in November or December, but we'll have to see what happens. And C. Miller saying, just picked up the Capita Outer Space Living. Awesome, nice board. Yeah, hope you enjoy it. All right, we should do another. Yeah, we should do another poll. So we have the park versus powder poll. Does anybody have another idea that we can do for a poll in the chat? El Stacker is saying, here are some potatoes from Idaho. Thank you, man. Thank you. Emma is saying, Kev, you should come to northern Minnesota. Yeah, I would love to get to Minnesota at some point. I know there's lots of great hills and resorts there, so that'd be really fun to visit. C. Miller says, I've watched a lot of your videos. When you're out riding, what will you eat during the day, specifically if you're in backcountry or far from the resort? Normally my eating routine is to have breakfast before I go, but then when I'm out on the mountain, I'll bring like a few energy bars or like a Cliff Bar, Luna Bar, like some kind of like bar, and I'll bring like a few of those and some water. So between those two things can usually last me for the day, because when I'm snowboarding, I usually don't stop for lunch or anything. I'll just, like, if I get up the mountain at 9, then I'll just ride until, I don't know, 1 or 2 or 3, depending on the day, and like not stop for lunch. So yeah, breakfast, a few snacks, usually like different bars. Even though those aren't like the best thing, there's probably like better things you can take, maybe some kind of fruit or dates or like something more natural, but I maybe need to try to do that some more. But yeah, I usually then eat like straight away afterwards. But yeah, something that's just light to carry and definitely some water. Rob saying 100 days is enough for boots. I buy new every year. Yeah, Rob, that's sick, man. 100 days, that's quite a lot of riding. And I think, yeah, after 100 days of riding in a pair of boots, it's like time for a new pair. Oliver is saying, I have a Signal snowboard. Yeah, I haven't yet had the chance to try a Signal board. I think that, I'm not sure if they're available in Canada, but hopefully get to try a Signal board at some point. Ninth Stingray with a cool poll. All right, so second poll of the chat: gloves versus mittens. So I'll vote mittens. Let's see what happens here. Gloves versus mittens. Let's and tell us like what you have now. So not like what you want to get, but what you currently have. All right, we got Andrew with mittens. All right, nobody else has put in their 2 cents yet. Levi, mittens. Lord says gloves. Bad Riders, mittens. Ninth Stingray, mittens. Bradley, mittens. Rob, mittens. Derek, gloves. Yeah, I think mittens takes it. It's like 4-1. Naked hands. Taylor just goes naked hands. Wow. All right, that's one way to, yeah. Whatever works. All right, so the next poll. Okay, so mittens takes it. Oh, this is like the classic one. Goofy versus regular. Let's see, yeah, who on the chat? Let's see is there more goofies or more regulars? That's a really good one. All right, let's see what happens here. Goofy footed riding versus regular footed riding. Goofy, right foot first, regular, left foot first. So I'm goofy, so 1 vote goofy. So we got 1 goofy, 1 regular, 1-1. 2 regular, 3 regular, 2 goofy, 3 goofy, 4 regular, 5 regular, 6, 7, 7 regular to 4 goofy, 8, 9, 10, 11. I think regular takes it. I think it's like 3 to 1. 3 to 1 for the regulars. What about, okay, let's take a break from the polls for a minute. Marius with the super chat. Awesome. Thanks, Marius. Thanks for the support, man. Says, just bought the Hero 9 and I'm stoked. Glacier snow forecast looking juicy for the next days. Broke my finger, so I can't snowboard the next month. Oh no. Really need some SPC videos in this hard time. Thanks, man. Yeah, Marius, we'll definitely get some videos out for you, man. Sorry that you broke your finger. How did that happen, dude? How did you manage to break your finger? I hope it wasn't a GoPro related accident. But yeah, snow in the forecast. Marius, where do you snowboard at? Maybe let us know, man. And yeah, I hope your finger heals up quickly and you get to snowboard soon. But yeah, enjoy the GoPro 9 too. Get some videos out. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Maybe while your finger's broke, you can just learn all the ins and outs of the GoPro and maybe make some videos, some practice videos outside of snowboarding, just around the house. But yeah, thanks for the support, Marius. Thanks for the super chat. Heal up soon, man. C. Miller says, question on insoles. I recently watched the video with you and TJ. How much did they cost? So I think insoles are, I don't know exactly. That was the only time I've ever had custom insoles. And Joey from the video actually gave them to us for free, so that was really generous. But I think they're around $200 to $300. Yeah, maybe it depends on where you buy them, but I think that's maybe that could be normal, $200 to $300. What's another good? Oh yeah, so maybe here's another poll. So what type of lacing system do you have in your snowboard boots? So you got traditional, BOA, or speed lace? Yeah, or what's it called? Is it called speed laces? Speed zone, quick tie. So is it traditional laces? Do you have BOAs, or do you have like the speed zone laces? So far we've got 2 BOAs. Lou saying BOA. I've got traditional, so I'm the 1 vote for traditional. Oh, Zach also has the traditional laces. Actually, this poll thing is pretty fun. I feel like I'm really getting to know you guys. Elena's got speed zone. Lord's got BOA. Martin's got BOA. Emil, speed zone. Yo's got BOA. DT, traditional coming through. It's kind of a mix. Speed zone, BOA, laces, BOA. Maybe BOA might take it. Speed zone. C. Miller says, just got new BOA system in the mail to replace the old ones. Nice, man. Yeah, those things, if they break, you definitely have to, yeah, there's, I guess you need the whole like replacement thing. It's not just like changing a lace. All right. Tom saying duct tape works. Laces are overrated. Nice. Yeah, sometimes you just have to duct tape up your boot. Actually, one of my bindings at the moment, I lost a screw, and so it's being held together with like one of those like zap straps. Thanks to Emilian Popoff. So Emilian in Zermatt, he hooked me up with a strap that saved my day of snowboarding. Bad Rider saying BOA is the future. Laces are redundant. No way, man. I think BOA is a fad. I like laces. I think are the way to go. I can't get into BOA. Andrew wants to know best beginner board, Kevin. I don't know if there's like one best one, but across a lot of brands, they do have like some good like entry level boards. The Capita horoscope I think is a great one because it's got like the pretty much like zero camber to some rocker, and it's a softer board too, and it comes in at like a low price point. And yeah, across like the Burton Ripcord is another one. So yeah, when you're looking for a beginner board, it's like you want to find a board that's a bit softer, a low price, either rocker or flat, or maybe like a camber rocker combination. But the rocker towards the tips really helps it to turn more maneuverably and like easier, just giving you like that quicker turns for being a beginner. But yeah, check out something like the Capita horoscope. But yeah, there's across every brand, there's different big entry level boards. Self waxing or store waxing? That's an interesting one. Derek T says, Kevin, what are your thoughts on Asim boards? Yeah, I really like Asim boards. Like I've had 2 Asim boards recently, so the GNU Headspace and also the GNU Space Case. Yeah, those are both Asim boards, and yeah, I really like them. To be honest, it's like hard to feel the difference, but it makes sense to have like a shorter heel side edge to kind of give you those like tighter turns on your heels. So yeah, I like the idea. I think it works. I think more boards should probably be Asim. Derek, yeah, man, I like it a lot. All right, let's do a couple more questions and then I'll call it a night. But yeah, big thank you to everyone for tuning in. Thanks everyone for the likes. We got 73 likes. Let's see if we can get it to 100. And yeah, just a reminder too, if you guys haven't yet, definitely subscribe to the channel and hit the bell to get notified every time I go live. And videos I've got coming up. So I've got a video about the new GoPro 9. I've got a video hopefully coming out soon with Capita and the mothership. So working on that. And then the next snowboard trip is going to be in Hintertux, Austria, coming up, and snowboarding with YouTuber Janice Spiteri as well. So that's going to be a really fun collab. But yeah, 91 likes. Awesome, guys. We're getting there. Emma saying I'm getting the Burton Ripcord. Yeah, that's a really good beginner board as well. And best park, in your opinion? 2 parks that really stand out in New Zealand. Excuse me, guys. Cardrona in New Zealand. I love that park. It's got a great flow to it. It's got a great area for every kind of rider, beginner, intermediate, or advanced. And the features all kind of like lead into each other. So you start with like maybe an easy feature, then it gets a little bit harder, like each one that goes along. So the Cardrona Park in New Zealand is one of my favorites. Also, the Big Bear Park in California. Loved riding at Big Bear, and the park there has such a good flow to it, features from top to bottom, and yeah, something for everybody too, and such like an amazing vibe at Big Bear as well. So those are 2 parks that definitely stand out. Oliver, step-on or traditional bindings? I think step-ons are more like niche. They're more like for a rider that wants that convenience, but I think traditional bindings most of the time is probably the way to go. But I do need to give the step-ons another try. Marius saying Stubai, TJ killer rail. Yeah, TJ really went for it on that like waterfall rail. Yeah, that was crazy. That was a really fun trip with TJ 2 years ago, the Stubai Glacier, and yeah, hopefully get back there again at some point too. Waldeck saying, "Are you coming to Hot Zone opening on Hintertux next weekend?" Yeah, I'm coming. I'm gonna be there. So, yeah, that's the plan to snowboard in Hintertux, and yeah, the park there, the hot zone. Yeah, definitely gonna do that up. So, yeah, I can't wait for next weekend. Awesome, guys. Thanks so much for being on the chat. Just over an hour. Yeah, hope you guys are having a good one out there. Snowboard season is starting up soon, so hope you guys are getting everything you need, everything ready. And yeah, big thanks. We got 99 likes on the chat. 101. Awesome. Thank you guys. Thanks so much for watching. Big shout out to everyone for the super chats as well. Thanks for the support. And I'll see you guys on here next week. Awesome. Sweet guys. Thanks a lot. We'll talk to you later.